All right, hello everybody. Welcome to Socially Unsociable, a podcast about the most miscellaneous potpourri you could find on planet Earth, hosted by your three lovely, good-looking monkey men. We'll go around the table introducing ourselves. Across from me is Christofferson himself. Say hello, Chris.
What's up, guys? How are you guys? I realize you can't answer me.
It would be a bit redundant. To my right is Johannathan. Say hello, Johan.
Hi.
Okay.
Johannathan is a bit of he's a man of a few words. He's a little shy. It's part of his riz, though.
Is it? Can you tell me how many girls you've gotten being shy?
I'm John. What was that?
Wait, hold on. Excuse me. Was that the pickup line? Did you accidentally drop like a secret?
No. What was the question again?
So how many girls have you picked up being shy?
More than I wanted.
You know what? I can attest to that, actually.
I'm gonna say 3.
3.
Yeah.
How many did you want? 1?
None.
Well,
that's understandable.
So 3 for 0. And then there is your friendly neighborhood autistic person, Vlad.
You had a pause there. Like,
yeah, ellipse.
You were there wondering if you should say your name after that intro.
Yeah, I was like,
Like,
yeah, I don't know if I want to be associated with this, but you know what? We're in it.
You could have had that in the starting.
Yeah. we're in it to win it. Yeah.
Technically, this is the second starting where he says he doesn't know if he wants to be associated.
You know what? This is the second time that I'm like, I don't know if I should stick my name to this. Maybe keep myself anonymous, but you know what?
Let's just make it a habit that every episode Vlad questions.
Why was he the one that started? If his thing is just like, I don't know if I should.
We're taking turns.
It's all good. We'll fix it in post. So yeah, welcome to Socially Unsociable, where we're going to be talking about the most miscellaneous potpourri, ranging from serious topics to unhinged topics. Yeah, hope you enjoy your time with us.
With that, I got you guys. World War III. What do we think about it?
World War III?
Is that your first topic?
That's actually not actually. I made that up on the spot.
Well, you know, Putin has been getting on my nerves lately, so I think
Has been getting on your nerves?
yeah.
Not the country, him specifically.
Russia's fine.
How dare you have the same name as me?
I feel like that's how every single Russian American everywhere, everyone. I love how you both took a drink of your water at the same time. I feel like that's how everyone feels.
Yeah.
That's how everyone feels about Putin and Russia. They don't think Russians are evil. They just fucking hate Putin.
Well, yeah, because I was about to say, like, Russians, they're like, yeah, Putin's like a goat, bro. He rides bears and shit.
Yeah, you say that if you don't want to get executed.
Well, I mean, yeah, that is also true.
But
like, it's a big thing. Like in Russia, like they have like a whole like saying of like don't be a bitch.
Like you're saying the people's culture.
That's
yeah,
what I'm learn.
like that is a legit thing. Like men and women, that's like, yo,
is that
be him or her.
Be him or her.
But him her.
Him
like,
her
like put
like pronouns. Like pronouns are him her.
You may be a woman, but you need to put the man and woman. You know? Like the what has to be lowercase, and the man has to be uppercase.
I mean, once upon a time, there was a popularity of what is a Wonder Woman's people?
Amazonians?
Yeah, Amazonians. Being Amazonians, strong, tough
women who don't need a man.
Which, you know, last episode, Vlad talked about how crazy women were his type. Last episode, how crazy women...
There was an episode before this?
You're Oh, okay, we're keeping that going.
We'll cut that out. We'll cut that out.
Are you telling yourself in the future?
No.
Cut it.
We can cut that out.
Wait, tell me about what Vlad said in the last episode.
Last episode, he said that his type of women were crazy women. Sorry, the episode that hasn't happened yet that people heard but hasn't, because it's the epilogue. Because
in an alternate universe where this, I guess, podcast started on a different time. And this was actually episode 2.
How much?
Surprise! We're time travelers.
How much time has eclipsed?
I don't know. And the funny thing is that we're doing it again when we're jumping from topic to topic because we started with World War.
Because we haven't touched our topic list yet. So I just wanted to.
Because it's just us talking.
I just wanted to ask a simple question of John. From what I understand, your type of female, right? Amazonian strong women. Can you elaborate on that? Like how Vlad elaborated on crazy women last
Is this
episode?
actually?
Well,
Is
there
this
is no
actually a
last
topic?
episode.
No, I have not touched it.
Oh, okay.
This is all ramblings because we've been rambling.
Okay,
Okay,
this is rambling.
let's take it from the beginning.
We didn't leave all this in.
I particularly like women who are unhinged. Sometimes they have like a nice balance to it. Like yanderes
You have a
are
nice bounce to it.
yeah, I guess. But like personality, of course. I'm not talking about physicality, although if it is in my experience that crazy women have usually been quite the lookers, because I guess that would be. See, I was about to digress, but yeah, yeah, I would say crazy women are they're real ones,
We should leave the room and see how long he'll go for. Just like
How long
talking
he can
about.
talk about his crazy woman obsession.
They have a good bounce to them.
I didn't say that. They have like a good vibe.
No, you did say that.
Oh, did I?
It's
Okay.
it's even recorded.
It's in the recording. We can play it back.
No, we'll just cut that out.
We're going.
It's a second
just-
thing that we said we're gonna cut
It's
out.
okay. We'll cut it out and we'll just
We're
guess.
I
going
feel
to
like-
you, John. Give us the pros of strong built women, John.
Okay, give you the pros of
Yeah,
strong, independent women.
Your counterpoint to his crazy women.
Well,
Your other side of the coin.
I think strong women and crazy women are, if not the same thing, that they could just like integrate with them.
I feel like they run like perpendicular. Like
They could run-
eventually
They can cross, yeah, because
Yeah,
like
they
he's
could-
thinking about like drinks and like Harley Quinn, while you're thinking about like
Harley Quinn. Zula.
You're right. See, but they're
Well,
like that's
Zula's
like
strong.
slim, like crazy. No, but I'm talking about you like taller than you, muscular.
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly. And you're how tall are you again?
I'm not gonna say that. I'm not saying that just because it's a fucking internet meme. It's an internet meme. I can't say. Vlad, how tall are you? I just changed the fucking.
throw him under the bus instead.
For those wondering,
I just fucking broke my zipper.
I'm 6 feet tall, but then again, some people are like, no, but I'm 6 feet tall, and then I'm like, okay, then you know what? Sure, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. I'm 5'11", and they're like, no, but I'm 5'11". I'm like, I fucking refuse to believe that I'm 5'10". I've regressed in height, so I'm gonna say I'm 6 feet tall.
I'm 5'11".
All right, well,
Yeah, I love strong muscular
The
women.
point that I want to
big muscles, because
is-
what's more attractive than a vagina? A penis.
yeah.
Go on.
Can
Huh?
I'm not gonna say
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
to that. Like once again, these are the things that I'm like, should I be associated with this?
you? So
They should just be called associate unassociable.
you're like I have to delete my name from here.
Okay, what? Go on.
But you got. Well, I was gonna say like so you prefer muscular women, or do you just prefer trans women?
What? I feel like I'm on Montague.
A Montague? Like from Romeo and Juliet?
No.
No. No, he's talking about the fucking Atlanta episode where they're having like a news channel.
But you hate women. What? What do you want about?
What?
Rap music is no, I like buff women, independent women, because they're strong and they just I don't like you have a lot of energy in being alive, and instead of wasting that like doing nothing, you're taking every moment within your life to do something. It's man of action. It's like being alive and like living is the most attractive quality when it comes to like muscular women or strong women. It's because they do something.
So you're okay with your partner being able to beat you up?
Absolutely.
Like if you were to fight head on, like you're both angry, you're trying to beat each other, you would lose.
Yes.
You're okay with that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Interesting.
Because
Wait, so it's like for sure you're gonna lose.
yeah, I mean like
Like there's no chance. Like one punch, you're out.
hey,
You die.
because it's because you can never lose if you never give up.
Shit, man. This man's running an anime.
I
That's
guess Rocky or Sylvester Stallone once said in a movie that it's not about how hard you can punch, but it's about how many times you get knocked down and get back up or some shit like that.
Some garbage.
And I think that is what my dear amigo here is trying to say.
I guess before the ramblings continue, you guys actually want to pull out your topics?
I have my topics memorized.
Are we going to have a 10-minute rambling every single time?
I don't know.
I would really enjoy that. I'm just going to say
I
that.
think it's allowed,
If you want...
unstructured to structured.
How about the 10-minute rambling goes at the end?
It can be, we can pad it. It can be padding. Topic rambling.
And who would like to go first with their current topic?
You said you already memorized. You can go in. You can throw in.
All right. So my first topic is one that I just found particularly hilarious. So as I don't know if you guys know this, but alpha male extraordinaire Andrew Tate
Is he dying?
recently got arrested again.
Oh.
For what?
So essentially for the same thing, where well, not for the same thing because he got arrested originally for sex trafficking, but it's fine.
I was gonna say, I was like, what?
It happens.
So apparently he was contemplating leaving Romania, which he's not technically allowed to do, and just to like escape to the UK, to kind of avoid all the trials and tribulations of being arrested by the Romanian government. Now the thing is, he had sent a text of this plan to famous and or infamous streamer Aiden Ross, who
Okay.
who decided to share that plan on a stream with thousands of people, to which authorities obviously were alerted to, and ended up arresting Andrew Tate again and his brother for doing some monkey business.
So he got arrested because his plans to leave the country were revealed
Were leaked
in a Twitch stream.
in a Twitch stream, technically accidentally.
I love accidentally doxing my friends.
We truly live in the 21st century. That's insane. Why is he not? He's not about to leave because he's on what? Like what's that? Probation?
No
What is
fly
that?
list.
Well, I mean, that might no, because I think a no-fly list is just like you could possibly like blow up a train. Or sorry, I'm sorry.
The flying train.
I was like a train. Shit, bro.
Yeah,
Universe
I'm
is
He's
sorry.
a really calculated terrorist.
I'm sorry.
Like, holy shit.
Hey, listen, technology is advancing pretty quickly. In the
He
21st
goes on a plane and a train somewhere else blows up. That's crazy.
Sorry, I meant a plane, not a train.
So he's
You're
managing
gonna
a
blow up
fucking
the plane?
strafing
No,
run.
I'm not gonna blow up a plane. Well, they're not gonna blow up a plane either, presumably. I'm just saying that like a no-fly list is like they think you're gonna blow up a plane, or you're like a danger to
One country to the other. You're probably
or
wanted
or
from
that
one
or that
country
too, yeah.
to the other.
For like domestic terrorism. But yeah, he essentially got arrested because they were like, okay, you're contemplating essentially evading justice.
Is he from Romania? No.
No, he's from the UK. Well, he's technically from the UK / America.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm not gonna lie, I thought to do with like full American.
How much do you know about?
Mr. Tate.
Yeah, Andrew Tate.
Quite a bit.
Oh, quite a bit. Okay.
Quite a bit, yeah.
So if I were to ask questions based on like this, you would know something. You'd be like, why is he in Romania in the first place, and why did he get arrested for the second time? Because I know nothing about
Well,
this.
he explained the second time already. That's
Well,
Oh, because he was going to leave.
yeah, because he got arrested the first time.
Yeah, but why is he? Why is he Romania in the first place?
Okay,
I know a little bit about Aiden Ross.
From what he explained, he's in Romania because it's easier to live there. It's a mostly Christian country, or a mostly religious country, and I forgot what the exact verbiage he used, but essentially he said that it's a lot easier to get away with things in Romania.
Oh, okay. So it's kind of like that whole. Okay, so have you
It's
ever
very
seen?
ironic.
Have you ever seen?
Yeah, it is.
Well,
it
it's
is
because-
He got arrested.
It's because he has such a bad like. Also, he was doing fucking sex trafficking.
Yeah, which is a
allegedly.
pretty
Allegedly.
heinous-
Allegedly.
Okay.
Allegedly,
Allegedly.
the rumors. All right.
Alright.
Allegedly. I don't know. It was neither confirmed nor denied.
So have you ever seen those like Instagram reels where it's like your $1 in like this random country is actually worth like $100? So if you go to like these places, like the money that you would have right now within like your wealth in America, you would actually be a millionaire in these other places that actually do have mansions. So it sounds like you probably did something like that.
Yes, but also he said like you could just like bribe a cop and like get away with it. And stuff like
He's also one of those guys where, he does all those speeches for like, that like, for like that those group of guys, of just like I can't remember what it's called, but he talks about like downplaying women, upplaying
like,
men, downplaying women, and like what is it called? Where you pay?
Oh my god, what was it called?
Those stupid speakers.
I think it's called like.
Oh, okay. I don't know the word, but I realize what you're trying to say now.
Wait, like the speakers themselves, or like the thing, like his little show thing?
His like. Speakers themselves, like you go to those stupid things where it's like, oh, are you not happy in your life?
Like,
is everything not working? Well, pay me $100 and I'll tell you how to be rich.
Like,
it's like, motherfucker.
I think it's like life coaching or something.
It's like, yeah, it's like life coaching.
Because the only thing I can think is motivational speaker.
Yeah, it's kind of a motivational
usually
speaker.
Don't necessarily pay them to motivate.
It's like a donation thing, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah.
Have you ever heard? Have you ever heard about those things? It's like, do you want to learn how to live your life? Then pay me $200. Come to my seminar, and I will teach you how to like become rich. It's like,
yeah, he had
seminars,
his
stuff
thing,
like that.
Well, his I guess equivalent thing was it was called Hustlers University.
Okay.
Where to describe it, it's just a Discord.
That's it? It's just a Discord?
Yeah, it's just a Discord.
Damn, we should scam people.
What? Cut that out.
Okay. So I had seen a video where like this guy who was like, I paid for it to see like what's it all about, because the whole premise of like Hustlers University, as at least described by Andrew Tate and his brother, is that you get into this quote unquote online school that will effectively give you the ways to be richer and better with women and just like be a man. And be a man.
You're telling me I don't need to do demon summonings anymore?
Like the guy had entered into this Hustlers University, and it's just a Discord. And it's like
Discord.
And then it has like different, I guess you could say, curriculums. With different,
shit, man. This guy's in depth.
Where it's like you like click what you want to work on, and it's just like some random Joe Schmo that was hand-picked. I did quotation marks there. Hand-picked.
I think you did the what is it called? The inflation in your voice.
Yeah,
it was noticeable.
He handpicked these random Joe Schmoes to be your, I guess, professors, to give you the tips and tricks to be a top G as
so it's all a scam. These are just random nobodies.
Yeah.
Like, do you know if there was a AP in misogyny in Hustlers?
Exactly what I need.
I don't remember, but I know it's like you need to like graduate with like your PhD.
Are you in the Discord?
I'm not in the Discord.
Are you saying he knows too much?
I'm not in the Discord. This is stuff. This is all stuff that he either has described himself or from what I saw on that guy's video, where it's like Andrew has described graduating with a PhD, which, if I remember correctly, he just made a joke of like pretty huge dick or whatever.
Oh my god!
Which is fine. Haha. Hee. But yeah,
Andrew Tate.
It's just
absolutely.
I know nothing about Andrew Tate. I hope you guys know that. Like,
so this guy was he also at some point talking about like being a passport bro? Or was that like other people? Andrew Tate talking about being a passport bro.
Andrew Tate does not strike me as a passport bro.
I'm pretty sure I've seen some like reels of him saying that like American women aren't it or something.
I could believe that he probably said that at some point in time. I could believe it.
Yeah, I could believe it. That's the thing. It's like I would have to do research on it, but he strikes me as the person of like...
Yeah, like, you guys hail from Miami, right? And
absolutely.
Would you
the crown jewel of
civilization, right? And like, would you say the lasses in Miami were of top tier quality?
If you want me to give you a direct answer, no bullshit, Miami has a lot of pretty women. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I'm not talking about pretty. I'm talking about like you can find a pretty girl anywhere, but.
Okay.
But do they have lasting memories?
What do you mean?
What I mean is, I'm like, would you put a ring on it?
No.
Knowing what you know,
like they're from Miami.
They are yes, they are
born and raised. No,
in Miami.
I'm so sorry.
I'll leave it up to circumstance.
There's obviously exceptions.
Popping circumstance.
But I mean,
Yeah, sure.
there's a higher like.
The ratio,
the ratio of like crazy, and not like you're crazy, like annoying crazy.
So you're telling me you wouldn't marry someone in Miami?
I'm sorry, would you? I at a job that I was working, I was talking to a random customer who was vacationing in Miami. Mm-hmm. This wasn't in Miami, this was here, but he came back from vacation in Miami, and he told me that he met a girl there that he was talking to until he realized, damn, that bitch is crazy. I'm not gonna keep talking to her. And I was like, that's how it be, man. That is how it be over there. I don't know. It's like a what the fuck is the word? Like the area that you're in, the environment. There you go. The environment that you're in, because like while you're in Miami, even if you're not in the city, like for example, spring break this time of year, right? That shit's full of fucking like tourists everywhere. It's hard to get anywhere. Mm-hmm. And what are they all fucking doing? Partying, drugs, clubbing, like fucking getting naked in the beach, right? Riley Reid comes from Miami. I want you guys to know this.
Oh,
thank you for the second time mentioning Riley Reid.
Coincidence? I think not.
Well, I'm saying, like, when you live there, sorry. I think I got...
Yeah, that's fine.
When you live there, even if you're just living there, but these are the constant people, because, like, I think a lot of people, it's like what people do in Vegas, right? People think you go, you do whatever you want, and you leave, and you get no circumstances. Like, you get no consequences, sorry.
Yeah, murder.
But, yes. But for the people that live there, they experience the people that come in, get all the shit they want to do off their chest, and then dip. And sadly enough, or unfortunately I should say, girls are affected more, right? Because, if you're a girl that lives in Miami, and you go to the beach and you're trying to have fun, you get some douche that came from fucking like Colorado that's gonna ruin your fucking life, then he's gonna dip with no consequences. You get a little fucked up after that happens 2 or 3 times to you. So it's like, I wouldn't marry anyone.
I want to have some closing comments on Andrew Tate of just like finishing just comments that I feel about him. He definitely seems like a passport bro guy, where go to a different country to like marry some other women because he has like negative thoughts about American women. Definitely seems like that kind of guy. He definitely seems like the kind of guy to go to a different country because he says that your wealth is more. Yeah. And especially go to a different country because like he'd get away with a lot more illegal stuff than he would in America. He definitely seems like all that kind of guy. Right. So him being in Romania and then also having sex traffic alleged allegations.
Allegations.
Sex traffic allegations. And like just constantly being like a negative person on like the internet, where he constantly like downplays like both men and women, because it's not just like women he's downplaying, but he's also downplaying men, because those are the people that he
beta men, right?
Yeah, beta men, because that's
Brokies.
That's where he gets his money from. He gets his money from men and other individuals who don't think that they have any self-worth, so they need something to gravitate towards and like to inspire to be, so they see Andrew Tate, so they do that. So I'm not surprised that he got arrested again, and I'm even not more surprised that like Andrew Tate messed him up, because
wait, what?
Andrew Tate.
Andrew Ross messed up.
Andrew Ross.
Tate, yeah.
No, you mean Aiden Ross.
Aiden Ross.
Yeah, oh my
did
God.
I just make a fusion of...
It's okay.
I made the fusion. You said the wrong name. I made the fusion.
And I said flying trains.
Flying trains.
We're all on a roll today.
Aiden Ross, isn't that the guy that like both Cardi B and 21 Savage like scammed him because he spent like $5 million inviting Cardi B and 21 Savage over to
Cardi B. It was
I was gonna say
Playboy Cardi.
It was Playboy Cardi.
Of course, it's Playboy Cardi.
I mean, let's Playboy Cardi.
But what are your closing for Andrew Tate?
I guess like Andrew Tate in general, or just like what happened.
I guess what happened? He got arrested for like the second time, right?
I guess it's just like, man, why would you send a text like that? Because here's the thing, I know that Aiden Ross and Andrew Tate are like friends, like they are legit friends. Now my thing is like, you sent a text to somebody about illegal stuff that they do, or you're about to do, right?
Yeah.
And you send it to a streamer who is, I guess you could say, notorious for having a big mouth, you know? Like, this just doesn't, you know, things don't necessarily stay a secret.
Bad actor.
Not even a bad actor, it's just like, man, like...
Big mouth?
Yeah, like a big mouth. Like, he doesn't keep secrets very well. Like, he lets it slip. Which we all have those wonders.
Makes sense.
But, like, this man, if you said it was, like, a slip amongst, like, friends, yeah, you're like, whatever, it happens, whatever. But this man had a slip on a stream with thousands of people watching. So it's like, come on, man. Like, you screwed him over, like, in the biggest way. But at the same time, it's like, well, man, it is what it is. You know?
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
But
he was trying to slowly eat a Tic Tac.
TikTok.
Yeah.
TikTok.
John, would you like a...
Sorry, I remember.
What was that?
I remembered in Chicken Little, the mayor turkey.
Chicken Little.
And the turkey mayor in Chicken Little, he gets his like car repossessed by the aliens and
Repossessed? You mean taken away?
yeah, like it vanishes. It's like dematerialized, and he's like TikTok, and then he gets fucking shot.
Oh, you shot with like a laser or something, right?
Rephrase. Yeah, like he doesn't get gunned down.
Yeah, he doesn't
Like,
die.
I like him getting gunned down
he
a lot
doesn't
better.
like he's not sniped from like afar. Like I mean, like he gets beamed into like the dematerialization
I remember. I don't know why I watched Chicken Little so much.
Probably because you were a kid.
I didn't even like that movie.
Oh, why'd you watch? Was it played in class all the time or something?
I think it it came on TV a lot. I was like, why the fuck is this thing here?
Yeah, because you had cable. Isn't it crazy? Never mind.
What do you mean? Never mind.
I was gonna go into. I didn't want to go into the whole like story.
Okay.
We can use that transition to whatever topic you have next. What's your story, John?
Yeah, what's your
Isn't it crazy how when you have the knowledge that you do right now with like the amount of right now, I don't know why I sound like that. Isn't it crazy with the knowledge that you have right now of the type of media that you could get on like online, how easy it is to just like watch stuff and compare that to how when you were like 15 or 14 you were just watching garbage on TV. If I knew
Benton hit.
I'm staring at him very very negative way. If I
keep going.
I hate you so much. Generator X was good, okay? But not talking about that. Like when you were like 12 or 13, there was nothing like on TV to watch. If I knew how easy it was to just like watch anime or like these top tier shows online, like I would have been watching these old ass shows like Generation 1 Gundam and like all these other old ass animes. Instead, I have knowledge of these like weird garbage ass like Nickelodeon Disney shows,
you know,
where they're all like sitcoms, and it's
that actually ties into my third topic, but we'll get there.
We'll get there. You want to do a runaround, John? What's your topic? Don't topic in.
What's my topic?
Yeah.
Put a topic in the.
But you have to do a segue so it makes it sound like we planned this out.
Are you going to cut everything that's happening right now?
No, keep it all in.
we'll cut it out. We'll fix it in post.
Oh my god, I'm going to cut so much.
I'm joking. You can leave it. I don't mind.
Just
That's
talk.
what she said.
We gotta be unscripted.
I guess my first topic's going to be a little like, not so. We already did
silly, yeah.
a little, not a little silly, but you already did something that was like kind of seriously current event-y. I'm going to talk about a little bit media. Sure. We all like Star Wars, right? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm a avid fan.
I'd say I do.
Star Wars, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to talk about Star Wars and a little media thing right here.
Yeah.
How much do you guys know about Darth Revan? I assume quite a bit.
Knights of the Old Republic, right?
Yeah.
Decent. No. Like, I would say I know that he was once a very favorable Jedi Knight, like a major hero, who eventually fell to the dark side.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't he like brainwashed into the dark side by
No,
removing his
no.
memory?
No, he lost his memory, and then he woke up with amnesia, and then he became a Jedi.
And he was originally a Sith.
Yeah, because he forgot who he was, just like me.
Just like, okay.
So would you say you're like a Sith right now, or a Jedi right now?
I think very relatable to Darth Revan in the fact of I think I remember who I am each and every day. But answer your question, I think I'm more Sith. I think being Sith is just more fun.
Like as of right now?
Yeah, as of right now, I think
Compared
it's
to Dark, like specifically using Darth Revan as reference, or you think like just Star Wars in general, you're more Sith?
both Darth Revan as reference and just Star Wars in general. I think I'm more Sith.
Because Anakin like committed genocide.
Okay.
With children included.
Yeah, but he had kids. Kind of cool. Can a Jedi breed?
You're all right.
Well,
Jedi cannot
You
breathe.
know what? Yeah, I guess you're technically
This
right.
is the topic I wanted to talk about.
What's your topics?
Darth Revan's storyline is at the end of the Old Republic. He creates it's stupid, but I like the story.
What does he create?
He creates a really big bomb that he wants to use to destroy the Force entirely, and I like that concept and idea.
You know, I saw a DC movie where Owlman, which is basically Batman's counterpart, tried to do that.
Yeah, he wanted to
Justice
destroy
Lords.
Earth Prime because he didn't. He wanted to destroy Earth Prime. What was his reasoning again? He was just like he didn't.
He was a nihilist. He
He just said fuck him, right?
He didn't.
essentially.
It's because he didn't like the fact. Oh, I remember what it was. He wanted to destroy Earth Prime because he didn't like the fact that it wasn't his story, that he was just a counterpart to something else, that his actions didn't matter because every action that he took, there would be two other branching timelines, and he didn't like that. He wanted for his actions to like mean and matter something, and then he didn't like that there was
He wanted to be the main character.
Yeah, he wanted to be a main character. So since there always will be something else other than him, he decided that there will be nothing instead.
He wanted to be him.
Yeah.
Well, he wanted to be. There is no him.
He,
There's nobody.
Because he wasn't him.
something interesting about that. He later discovers that he is not a consequence of one of Batman's actions, but he finds out that he is actually him, and that he is actually he's like evil incarnate, and he is Owlman, that he's not a response of someone else's like mistakes or actions or a different timeline, because he like does something where like a universe gets destroyed, or I think he like gets resurrected, and he gets resurrected because he's like the main branch for like evil in like Batman's like universe. So that's why he becomes more passionate about who he is. Anyways,
Interesting.
Darth Revan's whole thing makes a big bomb to destroy the Force entirely. I like that storyline because the way I don't know how you guys see the Force, but I kind of see the Force as this like entity that is somewhat sentient in the way of it has no it doesn't pick favorites, but in it not picking favorite, it also causes mass genocide within the universe, and here's how I'll explain that. It will always decide based on like the story that we're watching created by like George Lucas, but just that we see in the films, right? Because there's everything. The films are canon.
There's
and
legends and there's
yeah,
canon.
and it gets really mixed up, and I hate that. But based on what we've seen, and I'm just using the movies, not all the stuff that's not canon. The Force will just decide like, okay, now is the rise of the Sith, and then like 100 years of the Sith, and then now it's the rise of the Jedi, and then 100 years, and it's just like back and forth. It doesn't like care.
Well,
it doesn't like play favorites.
Well, I would push back a little bit on that. I would say that the Force is always trying to achieve balance.
Yeah.
Because the whole thing is that, like, the whole essence of Star Wars is like if we go to like the Republic, the time of the Republic, it's the whole thing of like, oh, the Jedi are in power, but they're very dogmatic. So they're like, you can't have kids, you can't have emotions, you can't do this. They're like monks essentially. Like you just cannot do this. You always have to be like meditating and be in an eternal state of peace.
That is why I don't think I could ever be a Jedi.
Like you have to be like. you essentially have to remove yourself and remove all attachments from your life, which is very devoid and like cold. Then there's the Sith, who are just like very easily controlled by their emotions, which usually ends up ending in tragedy. Hence, like why there was just like a lot of oppression under the Empire, or like even better yet, like when Anakin is just like killing everybody. Including the kids. He's doing that out of the strong emotions of love and just eventually like the pain within him, which he otherwise wouldn't have done, but now he's being controlled by his emotions, which is the way of the Sith, because like the whole thing of the Sith is like, yeah, like those
passion. I think
yeah,
passion's
like
really
it's like
their thing.
it's like, yeah, you're passionate, but driven by passion, it like essentially is consuming you. And the thing is, you could be passionate about like things that may be like dark.
Yeah.
Like, so for example, in the case of Sidious, he wanted power, and he did everything in his, like he killed his own master. And he was like, I want to kill him. I'm going to manipulate this 10-year-old boy, so that way when he's the chosen one, he can be my apprentice, and I can just be in power. So he did all like these atrocities, essentially killed all the Jedi, or as many Jedi as he could, and essentially oppressed an entire like galaxy worth of stuff. And the whole thing of like, the Force needs to it needs balance.
Yeah.
If you notice, like in the episode 3, Obi-Wan says like, you were supposed to bring balance to the Force, not leave it in darkness.
Yeah.
Like it's not like or even in the sequel trilogy, like Kylo and Rey are like two sides of the same coin, but essentially like pulling on each other.
Rey was a mistake.
Rey, she definitely is a mistake, but even like the essence that they both give is that like in the third, basically throughout the trilogy,
That they somehow came back.
well, I mean that's just the Force being goofy.
Silly Force.
Like the whole thing is like Kylo, he wants to be bad, but he feels the pull to be good. And Rey is feeling the desire to be good, but being pulled to be bad eventually. Because like even in the second movie and the third movie, it's just like a constant like, hey, you should join me. You should be like, you should be my girl, bro. Like we could be like,
I remember that part of the movie.
we could be like a power couple. Even in the first movie, like the whole thing was like, oh, you know, I can feel it. Like he said, like I can feel the Force within you. Like let me train you. Like come over to my side.
Do you realize that in the movie, technically, Kylo did booty call Rey?
By,
He straight up.
was that Kylo? I thought that was Rey that did like the whole like trans-dimensional like
Well,
It was
space
back
thing.
and forth. No, it was.
Yeah.
No,
was
like, I
happening
think
random.
Rey accidentally
but
did it.
that was one of the goofy things that I had a problem with.
Oh, that was just
I just remember that he
because-
turns around shirtless and he's like, "Hello, Rey,"
Is that-
and I was like,
what
"Oh."
the?
And she's like, "Can you put on a shirt?" He's like, and like he just stares off into space.
Did they FaceTime each other?
Yeah, they're basically.
Yeah,
accidentally?
but like not okay. So here's the thing. All right, this is gonna be a whole different tangent, but I always had a problem with that because in the second movie, the whole thing was like, oh, they couldn't actually like force Skype call each other. They were
call.
they were actually like that was all being orchestrated by
Sidious,
Snoke.
Palpatine. Oh, Snoke.
Yeah, right. That he was like, oh, you guys thought you were FaceTiming each other, but instead I was just putting you guys on the phone with each other.
That's just lazy writing.
And you're like, oh, okay, so like they can't actually do that. That was just a thing that this bad guy can do. And then in the third movie, it's revealed that Emperor Palpatine was behind Snoke, but he was surprised that they both could Skype call each other. And I was like, wait, if you were behind Snoke, that means like you were technically doing the Skype calls for them. But you're like, oh crap, you guys can Skype call? That's crazy. Do you not remember your own ability?
I think Palpatine was just like improving it. I think a lot of like we see these giant like malevolent heads of like these villains, these like masterminds of the galaxy. We never just assume that maybe they're just working as things happen. I think it's a lot of improv.
I'm really just doing shit.
I'm just
like, you know,
shit is just happening. You think I have a plan for any of this?
I'm moving different.
I don't know.
If we
I
replace
just-
Palpatine in the Star Wars movies with Dracula,
Absolutely.
or Dracula Flow, oh my god,
Do
the
you
movies would be
remember
10 times better.
This has nothing to do with my topic that I
Like-
began with, but do you remember
What have I
Brokeback to
done?
the West?
What?
Brokeback-
Brokeback Mountain, you mean?
No, Brokeback. It's that Star Wars.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Oh
movie.
my
I would
fucking god.
absolutely love a rendition of that where they just replace Palpatine with Dracula. It would be super easy because Palpatine only has like 10 scenes in the third movie.
I
Because
had to do it to them. Sniped
like
it.
I swear to God, they AI generated the third movie with like the scripts.
Oh, absolutely.
But what I was talking about with Darth Revan and the Force,
Right.
um,
Well, we brought it back home eventually.
went on like a 10-minute tangent.
It's fine. We got there. We eventually got there.
What I was talking about is that's the exact reason why he wanted to destroy the Force.
Right.
That's the exact reason why I agree with him, and that's also the exact reason why I love the Force, and it's the same reason why I hate it. Because, and that's why I call it like some type of sentient entity. Because it wants balance, it will always maintain balance, and it will never pick favorites. Because the Force, as an entity within like the reality and existence of the Star Wars universe, will always want to maintain balance, and that's why it does this constant cycle. But wanting to maintain balance and wanting to do the constant cycle of like the light side's on top and the dark side is on top. And it's very interesting how the Jedi say the light side of the Force, implying the Force as a whole, and then the dark side of the Force, implying the Force as a whole. The reason why I like it and hate it is because it will always want to maintain that balance. So it'll be like 100 years of like prosperity, right? And then it'll be 100 years of millions of people dying in just like pure genocide.
Yeah.
So if I was about to say Kylo Ren. So if Darth Revan destroys the Force entirely,
Yeah.
then it's just going to allow the people within the not people, because like there's aliens in the universe, the sentient
Are they not
life
people?
forms, huh?
Are they not people?
Well, I mean, like when you think of a people, do you think of Zaborg, the like
I mean,
Myborg?
people just implies to like civilizations.
I guess, yeah, the people of the universe.
Who do you consider second-class citizens, John?
Anyone from Tatooine. I random site.
That's
Random.
a hard line.
What? What's a hard
Anyone
line?
from Tatooine?
Absolutely. Random side note, I hate Tatooine. They need to stop showing Tatooine. No one cares about Tatooine. Stop doing it. Anyways, 19 million species
What
in
about
Star
Jakku?
Wars. Huh?
What about Jakku?
Which was like
Jakku? Is that
That's where
the...
Ray
Yeah,
comes from.
Jakku?
Yeah,
Oh,
which was Tatooine Light.
I don't
Yeah.
care. Stop doing desert planets. We've already seen enough desert planets.
What about Dune?
Dune?
It's funny that goes into one of my topic.
Do you know that... Do you know that...
Oh, perfect segue.
do you know that if we didn't have Dune, we wouldn't have Star Wars? Did you know that?
No.
Because George Lucas like read Dune, he was like, "I want to make a movie now. I want George." Anyways, back to what I was saying.
That's a reference. That's not an original joke for me.
So not Kylo Ren, Darth Revan basically wanted like the people within the galaxy to just do whatever they want and not to be constantly coerced into like some sort of like pathway. He wanted them to just have free will and for everyone to do whatever they want.
No.
Because because you want to know what happens
Stop 'em.
when this sentient force that is basically in control and that's in every single life form of your universe. You want to know what happens when it just decides that I want to give this one person, this random part of the galaxy, these like powers to basically like lift up rocks, control people, kill people from a distance, and then also shoot lightning out of their hands. They like get to a high position within the galaxy, either like a politician or they start controlling the politicians or they create like some sort of a coup or like rebellion or some sort of like evil cult, and then they go on a massacre, like killing millions of people. Why? Because some sort of sentient like energy within their reality tells them like, hey, you have darkness inside you, just go out killing people. And that constant cycle and that constant balance, it's kind of like an ecosystem where it's like refreshing the like inhabitants of like the universe, because it's like millions of people die, then millions of people survive, then millions of people die. So Darth Revan wanted to destroy this so that the balance would not only stop these mass genocides and just like these individuals rising up to power and being able to like slaughter millions, and just wanted the universe to just have the like its freedom to do whatever it wants, and not like, but that doesn't mean that there's some people who are like controlled by the Force, because there are some Sith users who like just don't kill any people and they're just like They just learn the Sith and
Yeah,
they
they're
like
just
ball.
You know, I
Yeah,
still
they're
need to play Jedi Survivor. I'm sorry. Just-
But I like that. I like the Force because of its whole balance thing. Because there's always evil and there's always good.
a mini tangent in your tangent. Are you guys planning to get the David Cage Star Wars game that's coming out?
Was that
Is that the one
we
where
call Eclipse?
Yeah, Eclipse.
Is that the one where you play? Is the Telltale series?
No, Detroit.
Detroit Become Human Star Wars?
Yeah.
Oh.
Essentially. So
I
like
would-
really high branching paths and stuff like that.
I don't
would
think so.
Say
Not a lot of combat though.
I would say maybe.
I'm thinking of getting just to see if I can be a Gray. I'm in.
If it's cool, then yeah. Because I know myself, I would probably like end up being like Jedi slash Gray. Because I don't really care for like being evil. I don't want to be evil. Like
I want to do what I want, but I don't want to be evil. So that's why if I could be Gray, then I'm in. If it's like, oh, you did this, so now you're evil, and you're gonna get stuck on that timeline, I'd be like, I don't want this game.
Are you gonna play the one where you're the bounty hunter that's a woman and you have the robot partner?
That was my second question. I forgot the name. Outlander.
No.
Outlander.
Is that it? No. Star Wars.
I don't.
That's what it.
Oh,
right.
well, no, I mean like I'm not gonna play it.
No, you're not gonna play. I'll play. I like seeing Star Wars worlds, so
Probably
I might
give it a try.
play it. Yeah, I'll probably
Like
give it a try.
later on in its development.
That's why I want to go pick up Survivor because I keep forgetting. I think it's only like $20 to $30 right now, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
I can probably speed run it. No, knowing me, I can speed run it. There's also the remake of I think the whole started the whole topic of Knights of the Old Republic. It's the HD remake they're doing. Remastered. What's it? What's remasters? It's remaster, right? When they
Yeah, it's
redo the whole thing.
Remake is when they
remake.
remake is when they redo the whole thing.
And when they change the story. Remaster, same story, but
It
better
just
graphics.
looks better, yeah, HD
Yeah.
graphics.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a remaster. PlayStation exclusive, so fuck everyone else. But
Okay, Sony.
I sit here as a Sony representative.
My last thing about the Force.
Yeah.
So you know the whole kind of religious. I don't know if it's Buddhism or like Hinduism, of entering a higher plane, right? Where
Sure.
your soul passes on. Did you watch Avatar: The Live Action?
No.
Okay. Like there's the religious ideology within humanity. I don't know if it's Buddhism or Hinduism of like entering like a higher plane of life, right? So in the Star Wars universe, there are some Jedi who turn into Force ghosts, right?
Yeah.
So basically, they don't pass on.
And then there's also Han Solo as well.
Is Han Solo a Force ghost?
I don't know.
You're right.
In the last movie, he kind of comes back to like talk to Kylo.
That's stupid.
But
Wasn't it?
Everybody
I thought
was-
they explained that Leia did it as she died because Kylo needed.
no, she was dead by then.
Yeah, but since she made it possible. Like he said something. Doesn't he say like there's a contingency that your mom did, et cetera, et cetera? Like he said something.
See,
like
this
that.
is the problem that I have with the fucking Force. how they handled the Force in these last movies, where they just made the Force essentially just like magic that can do whatever you want if that's what the plot calls for
Yeah,
it.
but that's
Yeah, that's the problem
cool.
with
It's
it.
the fact that they don't. That's cool
No,
because
I-
they're space wizards. It's the fact that they don't have anything that leads up to it, and it just like happens.
I honestly think right now, at the moment, to watch the best Star Wars content is Visions.
Yes, I would
The best Star Wars content,
But-
but my opinion is 1, 2, 3, the original ones.
I guess, yeah. Three is the best Star Wars movie.
like Revenge of the Sith or Return of the Jedi.
Return of the Jedi.
Return of the Jedi.
Okay.
So for me,
Luke fights stuff. Luke,
obviously, Empire Strikes Back is like a goated movie, but visually, like to watch, it's 3.
prequels are fine. I feel like they should have just did a new IP or new character after they finished 1, 2, 3. But you were saying about magic.
Well, I would say like the prequels were a good era to explore of like the lightsaber combat was completely different. How everything
It was
worked
cooler.
was different. We're seeing like, oh, this is Darth Vader. How did Darth Vader become like the most menacing man in the galaxy? And you see him.
Oh wait,
like,
Mandalorian's also really good. Sorry,
season 1 and 2, yeah.
I haven't seen season 3, so I
Well,
guess yeah. Yes, there you go.
But
you mean Boba Fett season 2?
But like, yeah, the prequels, like the Clone Wars, gave so much more depth to the
You're right. I haven't seen the Clone Wars either.
the Clone Wars is very good.
I have not seen the Clone Wars.
Like, I think the prequels are definitely worthy of for those of you who
Yeah, for those who can't see, John's having a freak out that I haven't seen the Clone Wars.
Yeah, but that whole like Clone
Disgust
Wars
me.
era was just such a like golden age of Star Wars where you're seeing so much depth fucking come into like the prequel trilogy. Because for those who haven't seen Star Wars, uno through tres, everything is just like a giant time skip, and you're like, oh, okay, I guess this happened. But the Clone Wars provides so much more depth, like Anakin, of like, there were several moments of like, oh, he has a bit of dark side inside of him.
I
Like,
hate sand.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
that was
the
second.
Clone Wars is in between 2 and 3, right?
Yes.
It's all between 2 and 3.
Yeah. And eventually, like, they run parallel to each other. Like, between, like, Clone Wars and Episode 3, they run parallel to each other.
Talking about the show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, for example, Season 7 is, like, when Episode 3 is happening. But you're following Ahsoka.
All I have to do is watch 7 seasons?
Well, technically you don't have to. I mean, if you don't really care to. Like, I skipped all, like, the filler episodes. Like, the episode where Jar Jar Binks has to pretend he's a fucking Jedi.
Okay, never mind. I was going to
Yeah.
say, how
There's
dare you?
no way.
There is
There's
no
way.
filler, but then you said that, and I was like, okay, yeah, no, you can skip that.
You can skip that.
You can skip that.
But it also gives life to the clones. Like,
Yeah.
in the movies, the clones were just, like, these clones. And in the show, it adds, like, more personality and depth to them. Like, they do have personality. They are different in their own regards. They do have different aspirations and stuff like that. Like, Rex is a very beloved character because he's not like the other clones. He's not like the other girls. Same thing with Fives.
Knew it.
He's not like same thing with Fives and Echo. Like all these like clone troopers were actually very beloved by the fan base because they were like, oh man, he's cool, he's badass.
Not that you would know.
But I would say the prequels.
Sounds like a Miami sleep
My-
on that one.
My favorite Star Wars movie is Revenge of the Sith.
Was all that a long exposition of you saying that my favorite Star Wars movie
No.
was Revenge of the Sith?
Well,
I mean, you basically
no.
agreed with me.
Well, no, but I was also saying like because your point was that the prequels weren't really necessary, and to some degree, I guess that's true, but it is still.
I like the prequels.
I still liked it.
I think
Yeah,
the
like,
sequels are
it's
the
still
ones that
good.
weren't necessary.
Oh, the sequels were like
Absolutely.
the sequels could have been okay, but it only if they had been like, hey, you remember all those characters that you like really liked? Yeah, they're still cool. Instead, they made Han Solo a divorced, sad loser with his dog friend. Leia has the Force, but she like gets blown out into the cold vacuum of space,
I
and
wanna blow out
then
her.
flies back to a ship because the Force.
Mm-hmm.
And Luke
That's
Skywalker, the Grand Master who brought back his genocidal dad back to the light, became a scared old hermit who snuck into his nephew's bedroom late at night to penetrate him
He did do that. Yeah.
because he was afraid, allegedly, because his nephew was Skype calling a bad guy.
it happens.
And he was like, I guess I'm just gonna have to kill this kid. This is my sister's son. I guess I'm just gonna have to.
murder that.
He's gonna
motherfucker.
get murked tonight. And then Kylo was like, this man's crazy. I don't want anything to do with this. I'm gonna start where my grandfather started, which was what? Nothing.
That didn't make any sense. Like
I didn't understand either.
for Luke to be afraid of what Kylo would just beat his ass when he's older. You're literally him. What do you have to be afraid of?
Or just be like, hey, like that's the wrong way to go. Instead, he snuck into his room at
Well-
like 1 a.m. And he was like, I'm gonna murk him. I'm
That's-
gonna murk him. I'm itching.
Luke-
I'm feeding him.
Luke would never do that. Even in his old age, he was more of a person to be like, I'm 95 years old, I could still kick your ass. And I don't even have to put any effort. He should have been like one of those old anime characters whenever you see like an anime show. It's just like, I am 95 years old, I've been
still
on
beat
this
your ass.
earth, I have been training, and I could still kick your ass even when I'm half dead.
So
I was gonna say something to you, I can't remember.
it doesn't matter anymore. It doesn't matter anymore. We're moving on.
Okay, we're moving on.
Christopherson, what would you be here?
Wait, I never finished my last closing thing.
What was your last closing thing?
I was talking about how the Force is like how these people turn into Force ghosts. And then it went off into.
Okay, fine. They become.
I was gonna hurry it up so you go to Chris. Force, is it heaven? Is it not heaven? These people turn into Force ghosts. They don't pass on into the Force, so they don't get reincarnated or go back into the life Force energy. They just get stuck in limbo forever. They're forever a Force ghost, constantly just wandering around.
You can't say Force ghosts forever.
You can't?
No.
What about how? Well,
I will actually. No, you can't. Because that's why they stop appearing after a while.
they do, or is it because you can't see them anymore?
Mm.
Because Qui-Gon Jinn was a Force ghost for oh my god, like years. From when Obi-Wan was a teenager until he was like an old man. So like 53.
Because he talks to him, what, like one more time?
He talks to him, yeah, when Luke is like 12, when Obi-Wan is able to see Qui-Gon again.
Yeah, that is actually true because he also spoke to Yoda in the Clone Wars.
Okay, I guess you're... Because I thought you slowly become one with the Force when you're Force ghost.
Well,
no?
it's because you are part of the Force, so that's why they're Force ghosts. But you don't like move on into the. Also, there are Sith users who could also become Force ghosts, but it's more of like you find their tomb, and like they're so evil that they inhabit it. Like they have so much negative energy that they inhabit like their Sith tombs that you could talk to them for a little bit. So it's like they don't move on. It's like, is this limbo? Is there like a heaven or hell? And like the Star Wars universe, it's like they don't. They just. Anyways, you can go on about talking about dude.
I was gonna say it's gonna be an episode that exceeds an hour a little. I'm not gonna throw in Dune because I'm gonna do this topic because I was gonna wait till later, but I didn't realize. Holy shit, we burned through that hour.
I mean, we could do a second episode right now.
I was gonna say some podcasts go to like 1:30, so we'll do that. Or however long we take. I guess to give you guys context, I asked the men here in this room to make D&D characters for the other two men. Based on who we are and what they believe our abilities are. So we're gonna quickly give rundowns on our our D&D visions of the other people. And I don't know if you guys want me to start with my versions of yours, or somebody wants to throw out their little summaries first.
I guess since you gave us like PDF, I guess you can start with yours and just kind of. All
right. You know what? Let's all collectively. I don't have mine. I have to do it by memory.
Turn to page 2.
Can we do the thing of what you were talking about? Can we do the thing where you how you started off? Like, what bending do we think that we have from Avatar: Last Airbender? Can me and Vlad ask you what we think classes you gave us?
Oh, so you want to guess first? Okay.
Yeah. Just the class, like nothing like serious.
All right. I guess Vlad. I think I'll pull it up there. But what do you think I gave you?
Rogue. I want to say Rogue. I know you mentioned that it was multi-class, but I would say at least Rogue is in there somewhere.
I guess let me give that context. I let us make level 15 characters.
Oh, it was level 15?
Yeah.
I did 5 because I couldn't remember.
It's okay.
Well,
did you do level 15, Vlad?
Yeah.
Oh. I mean, it's just a level.
It's like 10, but you know it's like
you're off by 10.
I mean, it's you have the main core things,
Yeah. I mean, the reason I did level 15 is so you guys have the ability to like keep exploring the things that people can do later on because they have more options. Because at level 5, you're like using literally basic spells and stuff like that.
Well, level 5 is when you're like in your 20s and you discover who you are and what you want to do for the rest of your life.
I don't know that. What do I fight God at age 25?
I don't know, man.
John, what do you think I gave you?
What do you think? Probably something like I'm just gonna go using the 4 main basic ones. Probably a fighter.
Fighter?
Yeah.
All right. With that, let's pull up John's sheets first.
Oh, because you sent it to
All
me,
right,
right?
class. Let's
Oh,
you-
so you
you-
want
start
me
to
to read
page
it?
4.
No. You guys can. It's like a textbook. I'm gonna talk, but you guys have reference.
Is this a class?
You
I didn't know I was studying for a test.
can either go full PDF or you can go the quick picture version.
I'm going to probably do quick picture version.
So what I got here for John, I will say, John was way off. I gave you, John, your variant human that I gave alchemist artificer to for the class, and let me give my reasoning for that. I use variant human to immediately start you off with the chef feat, which allows you obviously to make food, but you can also use cooking utensils as spell casting focuses.
Are you kidding me?
Then the reason I made you as well an artificer is because of magical tinkering and infused items, and that is so you can fucking do your shenanigans. The first thing I gave you was a bag of holding. You also have a spell called Leonard's Secret Chest. What that does is you can make a chest appear and disappear into ethereal plane whenever you want. Because I know you like to pull random shit out your ass.
All right.
He also has random shit like, I cannot say this word, patriarchs, wounds of closing, something like that. It just basically allows him to like fucking immediately close his wounds if he wants. It's like a magic item, which is some shit I feel like John would do. John would not go to a hospital if he fucking like got cut. He'd try to close that shit immediately himself.
Absolutely.
The alchemist things lets you make random concoctions, which again is something you do. This man, like when he's sick, gargles Listerine, hoping that clears out the sore throat.
What do you mean? Oh, it works.
See?
It's orange juice and Listerine. You use citrus.
But essentially, I put your intelligence and your dexterity the highest. But see, you keep you do punching bags. You go to the gym. I know you're hoping to be strong. That's why I also gave you one of your items as armor of magical strength. So
God.
you know you can be strong when you want, even if you don't keep hitting the bags.
You know, I was gonna make a comment saying that like 8 strength. You kidding? 8 strength, but then I saw the 17 dexterity. I'm like, yeah, it basically works itself out. Dexterity and strength are basically just like.
Strength versus speed, kind of.
Well, it's like you're still hitting something. It's just like, are you hitting something with finesse, or are you hitting something with like, you know?
I don't think like
passion.
What I was thinking about strength is like as much as like we're all going to the gym, I feel like I don't see you as a person that's just like, I'm just gonna knock the shit out of you, like full on tank bruiser. I'm gonna like do a punch that knocks you flat. I feel like I see you trying to work your way around that fight. So
like Guts just has a big sword and bashes his head on
but
something.
you like Guts, but you can't beat Guts.
Wow, thanks.
Damn. All right.
How could you?
Like you right now, boom. You got teleported into D&D? Can you hold Guts' sword and wear his armor?
No. Probably find a claymore or something.
I have to throw you in there. And like I said, you also have magical tinkering that lets you pull off your shenanigans because you can imbue items and stuff with things like smell, sounds, like feelings. You can also make shift weave, which allows you to basically make costumes on the go.
You turned me into like a Ratatouille wizard or something.
I mean, in a sense, like... also, you can make servants.
I can make servants.
You have an invisible dog?
You should have turned me into a warlock and my patron be like a giant rat with a chef hat.
Well, your servants are basically AI, which is funny. That's why the conversation yesterday was so funny. You also have an invisible dog that only you can see, and it alerts you when someone who's not friendly to you is coming by. So it'll start barking. Only you can hear the barking. Only you can see the dog.
So I'm insane.
It's a spell. No,
It's a stand?
It's a spell, but yes, it's also a stand. You have a stand. You have a whole stand ability. Your highest stat, intelligence. I did that obviously because of research and shit.
Like
and then obviously dexterity in second. Which is funny because exactly what I did for Vlad, but dexterity is a little higher than intelligence for Vlad.
You could still be smart and have a lot of wisdom.
Yeah, I mean, your wisdom's like, I give you guys like, wisdom's not low on either of you.
Just a random like food comparison thing. Like high intelligence for like a chef, that would be more like combining like science with like food.
That's because
like
Sean, if you had the ability to
gastroenterology.
put magic in your food, would you not?
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Yeah, but you don't. I feel like intelligence in food is like learning how to do gastrology, like gastrology, where you get the food, turn it into like its most basic components, then turn it into cells, then like create different concoctions and basically change its like physical form, but it still has like the flavor intensity. You know, it's like, don't you think it's so much work eating a burger? It's like, no, okay, but. Bear with me on this one. What if we just take the flavoring of a burger and like put it into like this air taco? It's like, that's stupid.
I always thought gastrology was kind of like, it looks cool, but like to actually eat,
Random,
like,
random tangent. It's fucking mid. I hate it. It's stupid.
All right, Vlad, you guess Rogue for yourself?
Yes.
Well, guess what? You're right. All right, mostly Rogue. I gave you 14 levels in Rogue, but I threw in 1 level in Monk.
Okay.
Specifically for 2 reasons. I don't see you wearing armor. I don't think you wear armor at all.
Yeah.
And also, that 1 level in Monk allows you to use all your rogue abilities with your hands. And I feel like you would prefer that. If you can sneak attack, literally just punch a shit out of somebody, you would. You also have 7d6 sneak attack damage at the moment. So you can literally knock someone out, like, from thin air. Just come out of the shadows and knock the shit out of somebody.
Knock them out. Just...
Your subclass, I gave you Inquisitor. And, if you guys look at it, I gave you guys both custom backgrounds. John's custom background has survived Robert Morgan.
Oh my god.
And I put criminal justice student for yours.
Oh boy.
But, I gave you shit, Vlad, like Keen Mind, which allows you to, verbatim remember things that you have seen or said up to 2 or 3 days. And the reason I gave you that is for interviews. You literally have the ability to interview people.
All right.
Because you also have double proficiency, which means you get I think right now it's like a plus 14 if I'm correct, to insight if someone's lying to you. So you can
that's fair.
pick up on lies like immediately. So essentially, I made you a detective. They can knock someone out.
I love that.
They can probably beat the shit out of somebody if they wanted to. You don't need to wear armor because not wearing armor gives you more AC than wearing armor. You can wear armor if you want because you have the proficiency. So, and I gave you a disguise kit, a forgery kit, because essentially you probably end up being a magic detective. If you were to
You know, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, you have a few other sprinkle things in there, and like I said, you guys each have the PDS if you ever want to play yourselves.
I saw that you had given me. Hold on. Oh no, that was the Unnerving Eye.
Oh yeah,
which was pretty. Yeah, I thought that was pretty solid. I was like, yeah, it makes sense.
I was like, I feel like that you would do that, especially like Vlad in the D&D world. The amount of questioning he would do to people was like, I feel like this shit works. And it was funny, not a lot of people got to play the Inquisitive, like, subclass, because, like, in a lot of campaigns, like, you think about, like, yeah, I'm gonna kill dragons. Why the fuck am I gonna play, like, the detective subclass? But for this specifically, it's like, I think it works spot on.
He should be able to interview a dragon and, like, put it into, like, some sort of, like, court case.
Mr. Dragon, is it true?
Mr. Dragon? Not something
Mr. Dragon, where were you a fortnight ago when the sun was down?
Burning down villages. It's my dragon voice.
You heard that, guys? Burning down villages. I don't know why I'm a lawyer instead of a fucking... oh my god.
Phoenix Wright over here. The D&D magic court case.
Objection!
Objection!
Objection, hearsay?
Objection!
This dragon was captain.
I know exactly what kind of man you are. The type of superpowers you wanted were invisibility to stop time and X-ray vision. I know what kind of man you are. Just by those 3 examples. You're going to jail. Horny.
Who's going next?
Johnny, you can go. You can
okay, I'll go next.
Do you also want us to guess what you gave?
Sure. Yeah, guess.
You know, if I were to guess what you gave me, John, I feel like you think I do some heinous things. I'm gonna assume you gave me Warlock.
No.
Vlad, you wanna? Is your guess Rogue for each person?
I would say Rogue, or you either gave me Rogue or maybe Bard.
I would have given you Ranger.
Ranger.
Yeah.
You know, I can see Ranger.
But I feel like Ranger has such like bad.
Wait, what if as in you didn't?
I didn't. Because I was like, first thing I thought about was Ranger, but I didn't because Ranger has such like a bad, like no one wants to be a Ranger for some reason.
Actually,
Has such bad connotation just because of like its subclass is like shit because like you're only good at hunting one thing and you have to be in the forest anyways.
you have to pick a good subclass. I mean, apparently they fixed it in D&D.
I mean, all you need to do is just like
D&D.
you just need to tweak it a little bit and it's great. Anyways, I'm gonna start with you first.
Nice.
No, I did not make you a What do you think I
Warlock.
Warlock. No, I did not make you a warlock. That would have been a good one, but we were doing a basis of like you yourself into like a different universe. I do have a great character that I would make for you, but not like you getting isekai'd.
Okay.
So I sent the PDF if you want to like look at it. I didn't name it.
I can't look at it.
It's in I put it into our Discord. Oh, you don't have your phone. Oh, right. Never mind.
That's why I sent it to you guys in the first place.
Oh boy.
Okay. Well, there's that. I made you a artificer because of the fact of how much you like to, not because of, you've been an artificer before, but more or less because I feel like if you were to get into an isekai world, you would either try your hardest to make the Iron Man suit or just the gun. So I also
I can see that. I can see myself doing that.
so I made you an artificer, and if you want me to tell you your stats, since you can't see it right now, it's only level 5, but your strength is 9. It's I rolled for this. I didn't use like a standing array. I didn't put the points. I just rolled for them.
Yeah, that's why I said use point by because you have like full control. Just go.
Completely forgot the conversation. You have a 9 in strength. Your dexterity is 8. Your constitution is 15. Your intelligence is 17. Your wisdom is 13, and your charisma is 13. So,
Okay.
what I basically was
Really
doing for you, I turned you into an artificer, and I don't see either you or Vlad the type to actually go out into the world and adventuring. I don't see you two the type to like want to become questing or adventurers.
Yeah,
I feel like you would find a
So
city.
tedious.
Yeah.
Probably. I feel like I'd protect that city.
You would like find a city and just like live in there and just like be in there and just live your entire lives in there, your old age. Unless like something happens or you need to defend the city or you need to leave. You wouldn't like go out into like the world on like this quest. But I made you an artificer and I gave you a bunch of artificer feats of basically like brewing potions, creating items. And I also gave you like a poisoner's kit. So a lot of this was in like...
Wait, what subclass did you give me?
Subclass? Artificer Infusions, Artificer Specialist.
Yeah, Artificer Specialist. What did you put
Yeah. The right tool for the job. I don't know much about Artificer.
No, like under, if you click Artificer Specialist, it's just...
It just says Artificer. Your specialist is being an artificer.
I think you didn't pick a subclass.
What? The right tool for the job? Or maybe you don't have a subclass yet?
Yeah, I think you chose a subclass.
No, I picked everything. Artificial features.
Because it should be either Alchemist, Artillerist, or...
Oh,
Battlesmith.
Alchemist. I give you Alchemist.
Wow, we give each other the same thing.
I gave you Alchemist, and a lot of my reasoning was you'd probably not only make objects and items, but also you'd probably like make chemicals or like bombs or like
you didn't
herbs.
give me armor, which your like your first.
No, because I was doing more of like a storyline where you would probably go into a city, and at some point in time you'd become part of the mafia or either become a politician. So that's why I gave you like. So that's why I gave you like being able to make potions, being able to make bombs and like weapons, because you would just like end up like either creating your own mafia within a city or just like becoming like a politician. For your feats, I gave you observant and lucky.
Lyle, would you agree with those two feats?
Observant and lucky. You see the lucky part?
Oh, your background is also a criminal spy.
Oh boy.
That's a criminal spy.
This man's a criminal spy. Oh boy.
You know, I can fuck with that. I can fuck with that. If I ever had to play myself based on John's character sheet, I can make that shit work.
Oh, also, your languages, it was like...
I didn't explain your languages to you guys.
where do I have your languages? Because I also had something for that. Where is it?
Did you give me some shit like abysmal?
No, I gave you, common and undercommon, because,
It's like I could speak to the darkies.
yeah. Whoa! I was gonna say women.
All right, cut that. Oh boy, we're gonna.
Undercommon, because you talk to women a lot.
You know what undercommon is, right?
Yeah, I know. I just wanted to, add my own fucked up flavor into it.
I got you.
And then, moving on to Vlad.
Moving on to a little.
Alright, let's see what you got for our Pookie Bear right here.
For Pookie Bear. For Pookie Bear. Funny enough, I also went into, like, the whole detective route with, Vlad.
Oh, we had the same thought.
So I, gave him, he is a level 5, what is it, rogue or thief? I have to check.
The rogue.
Yeah, he's a level 5 rogue. Oh, you also have a bag of holding. You do.
I probably, that would be the first thing I make. What subclass did you give Vlad?
Mastermind. So because I wanted to make you a ranger and just basically have like your gun being like a hand crossbow, that's like so lame, and I just rather you do whatever you want. So your whole background and story, I gave you, you're a level 5 rogue, and I gave you a bunch of stuff in like perception, insight, investigation, and how your whole backstory would happen is you get isekai'd into this world, you get isekai'd into like this kind of high society, but still like medieval, upper class town. You get propped up onto like this second floor building,
Right.
and then you hear the sound of a woman scream. So then you jump into like this window that you could reach to, and you see this woman in her nightgown, and she's covered in blood, and there's like a knife in her chest. And you see as like the blood's going down her nightgown, it's going to like this entire chest filled with gemstones. And she has a note in her hand, and when you grab it, you read it, and it says, I'm tired of you and I'm moving on. I'm going to leave you tomorrow. So you grab the note and you're trying to make sense of this crime scene, and then you hear the town guard like coming in. So you have to leave before you get framed. And then once you leave, you see someone like dashing and like running away. So you put 1 and 2 together, and you're like, that person must be responsible for the crime scene, because as soon as you heard the woman scream, you saw this man bolting in the direction that would indicate that that's where you're from.
Okay.
So you go into like this whole like pathway of like being a rogue in the city, of just basically a private detective trying to like solve this mystery and like murder cases in this high society.
Interesting.
I love how both of our conclusions were to make Vlad some type of magical law enforcement.
You see, I didn't want to turn him into a town guard because that's lame.
Yeah, that's why I also went like magical detective. Like Vlad appears from a fucking shadow. Like I can solve this crime.
Your languages are your languages are common. Why did it give you so many languages? You celestial, because you could speak to the gods, because you have a divine divinity within like your clergy just naturally.
Right.
You can speak common, elvish because of high society, goblin, and then thieves can't. Thieves can't just because you're a rogue.
I can see that.
Interesting.
All right. Would you say that wraps up your summaries?
Yeah.
Do we throw guesses at Vlad?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Probably made me. I'm just gonna say fighter also, if not a monk.
I don't think what Vlad make me. I'm gonna say you made me a wizard.
Well, that's probably with you, Chris. No, yours was the one that I would say was the one that came to me immediately. I gave you you are an level 11 warlock. Because I thought, if Chris was indeed isekai to another world, and some god or entity approached Chris and was like, "Hey, I'll make a deal with you. I will give you superpowers. Like, you just gotta like just agree to this." And knowing how Chris is with hypotheticals and how he asks so many questions, I don't think that he would enter into a contract that, like, I'm pretty sure Chris would negotiate a contract that would benefit him, and he could probably turn it around on the entity.
He'd piss off his fucking, what is it called?
Patron.
Patron.
Right. Then I gave you level 4 Bard. Now, the reason is...
You know what's funny? That's actually a good multi-class. They're both charisma.
The reason is because Chris has this godly charisma of just... Somehow, some way, the universe does revolve around Chris.
Oh my
because,
God.
I'm not saying that in like a bad way of like Chris is like narcissistic. I'm saying like things just happen to Chris and Chris doesn't even try. It just happens. He could say something as simple as like it happens, and 10 people from different corners of the earth are gonna like just involve him in some sort of adventure. So I was like, you know what? That makes sense. I also gave you proficiency in insight, because I feel like Chris could probably tell, like when somebody's bullshitting. History, because you're pretty good at remembering things, and for your College of Bard, I did the College of Lore. Because you know so much lore about things that you're interested in that I'm like, that kind of makes sense. It just makes sense. For some of your spells, like one of them is Investiture of Flame, because I'm like, you've already established that you're more of a firebender, so I'm like, I feel like if Chris had the option, he would absolutely have a lot of fire-esque spells, if not any mental spells, if possible, to
That actually does sound like some shit I do.
Obviously, charisma is going to be your highest stat. I'm like, I don't know how. I think it's just naturally high. I didn't do like the point buy. I was just like, I know which one's going to be the highest. It's probably going to be charisma. I would say second highest is probably going to be like intelligence, and then I would say third would be constitution, because you somehow have the ability to go for days without eating anything. And it is actually quite impressive. Of like, sometimes you're like, man, my head hurts, and it's been like 48 hours since you last ate. So I'm like, you know what, this man does have like,
I'm sure surviving off life force.
Jesus
just off of willpower itself. For the other ones, I kind of just left them at like 0, because I didn't think like you necessarily like were bad at any of them. I would say probably like your charisma would be like a plus, or sorry, your wisdom would be like a +1. Or like for strength and like dexterity, I just kind of left it where it was, because I was like, I don't think he's like necessarily like excels nor fails at either one.
Makes sense.
And yeah, that's what I felt for you. As for my dear friend John as well, you know what I made you?
What did you make
What
me?
was your guess again?
Fighter. I just guessed fighter for both of you.
Okay. So yes and no.
Yes and no.
I'll say multi-class though, okay.
Yeah. So I did make you a fighter, but I also made you a bard. No. Why did I make you a bard? I made you a bard because
Ain't that the question?
You have a unique ability to somehow come up with some of the wildest hypotheticals. As in, like, you just come out of nowhere and just say things that I'm like, you know what, I feel like this is a person who can definitely come up with some sort of random miscellaneous story that would get everybody interested in it. Like, John, I don't know if you recall your grilled cheese type thing.
That was amazing.
So, I decided to do similar leveling. I did the same like leveling for you guys. I made you a level 11 fighter. Your fighting style is great weapon fighting, because I feel like you're the type of person to use something like guts, like just a big sword, to just fucking do everything. As for your martial archetype, I chose champion because that was the only option that it was giving me.
That's because fuck, we should have added him to like a custom.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. I was like, he doesn't have our books.
Yeah, I think I just had to kind of like, well, I guess it was.
Yeah, I should have fucking.
I could add him to my campaign so he has them.
For your other fighting style, so I gave you great weapon fighting. I gave you archery because you seem like you're really into ranged weapons, as evident with the flashbangs.
Absolutely.
I feel.
I thought you were gonna say because I have a compound bow in my closet.
And that too. I'm not forgetting. Like I just know that you particularly like the idea of tossing a flashbang into a room, and I would imagine that with an archery skill, or maybe like crossbow, you would probably just like go in there. Like those the breach in Call of Duty, when everything goes like slow mo, and then you just like.
Yes.
I feel like you would do that for sure. For your Bard of college, I chose College of Lore once again.
I feel like if you had the choices, you would have chose College of Eloquence for him.
Eloquence?
Storytelling.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, more than likely. But I also feel like College of Lore could possibly help or fit as well, because he just gave us a whole rundown on the, Darth Revan. Darth Revan, and how he wanted to destroy the Force.
I can see that.
And just kind of give us a whole rundown, not only on that, but of Owlman. So I'm like, it kind of makes sense. I feel like I'm forgetting something. What am I forgetting? What am I forgetting?
I am curious if I give him access to all the books, what he would change.
Yeah, I'm sure I would change some stuff, but I kind of
probably still be like the main core.
I think
I feel like
your fighters think he might change with all the options that are there.
Yeah, I probably would have changed. Like I wouldn't have like chosen champion.
Surprised you didn't give him a Tavern Brawler.
Tavern Brawler's a feat.
Did you give him that?
I don't think I did. I think I gave him a different feat.
But yeah, I think you would be a fighter / bard.
Absolutely.
I think mid-fight you would probably be the type to be like, guys, imagine if I had like done this other crazy shit. Like I saw a guy on the internet one time from this, or like I remember reading.
Is this hypothetical book. John talking? Or is you talking?
This hypothetical John talking mid-fight of like I read a book where like this guy did this crazy shit. I think we should try that. I feel like that's when the bard would start coming in.
We need to get a DM.
So let me tell you. Let me tell you that's exactly how something would happen, and it would end up horribly wrong. It was like this is a mistake.
Oh man.
Can I tell the both of you? Yeah. Like those. Okay, that was us getting isekai'd. Can I tell you what classes I would love for you to play as? Or like,
go ahead.
Or like when I think of you guys, if you were to get reincarnated into a fantasy world, I still love the idea of Vlad being a. I don't know how it would work, but no. Vlad being an incubus scholar, like goes around the world.
I do want to play that.
That like just like writes.
So we're
down,
not humans either. We're like completely like okay.
Just like I would love for him to be like an incubus scholar, just goes around the world and just thinks that humans are like so interesting. And shit. I was gonna say, do you want to stop this and start another one?
No, there's some episodes of like podcasts that like go.
People make podcasts that go.
Joe Rogan goes for like 3 hours.
Jesus
Christ. As long as it's under 2 hours, I think we're good. This should probably be our last topic.
Yeah, just him going around the world and just like thinks that humans are so interesting, and like he just like analyzes them and like wants to understand them because they just like keep doing these crazy things and he doesn't understand why, so he wants to figure out why and like just like write it down and like integrate into them. For you, it's not really like a class, but it's just more of like you would end up creating some sort of like like hero guild, and then become like a hero king within like this guild, and then around the guild
fire.
Around the guild you would create your own like kingdom. So you're technically the king because you're the guild master of this hero guild, and you would get up to shenanigans by just being like the king of like the kingdom that surrounds your guild.
You know what would be also a fun idea? Playing our antithesis.
Like playing the opposite of
the opposite of like who we are.
Oh, okay.
I particularly like enjoy playing the rogue, like who's like sneaky and like whatever. Now imagine me. I'm like, yeah, I am like a barbarian, fighter / druid.
Okay, how hard was it to not think of like I at least this is for me, a paladin or like a cleric for Vlad?
When I was making the original,
yeah,
I didn't think of it at all.
Oh, really? Because that's the first thing I was talking about.
Like,
there has to be some sort of like
paladin makes sense.
First.
Man of clergy.
I feel like paladin would make sense because they have like a whole.
I was gonna get to that. Like if I was going on the John things of like in the world, I think you would probably, because I would assume that if we're not doing isekai, you were born there instead, so you would follow some type of god, and you seem to hold strong to it. So I feel like you would end up being some type of paladin. I don't see you as a cleric because I don't think you'd be healing people. I do think you'd be paladin.
I'm not. I would not.
I see you. You'd probably be fucking Oath of Conquest.
Yeah, I feel like
I can see
colonizer
that
sometimes.
Or he would have 7 kids that all grow up to like become different classes, and they all try to find
That's part
him.
of his conquest.
Yeah.
For you, now because you're born in, so now you could go into like be gut. So I do think you'd be a fighter. You would probably have great weapon fighting. Your subclass though, I think you would fucking be an Echo Knight. If you had the ability to summon like a fucking like if you were to use Virgil's like duplicate doppelganger,
absolutely.
you would fucking go crazy to that
Kenshi?
shit. Yeah. That's that's what Echo Knight basically is.
Or like a mimic tier from Elden
Damn
Ring.
straight. Like, can you imagine John, big ass sword, but when he swings, another John comes out and swings around.
That'd be lit. That'd be pretty.
That would be fucking insane. You might be mixed a little bit with like, let me think. Like, I think Pact of the Great One Warlock somewhere in there. Because I feel like you will continue to research. You know how you get in contact with like Pact of the Great One. Like it's not like
you like call them, like ring them up.
It's literally like eldritch beings. So like you don't communicate with them. You do so much research that it just happens.
Oh, Bloodborne, absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. See,
absolutely.
So he would accidentally become a Great One warlock because he'd be doing so much research that he starts to go a little insane, and like they start to like attach to him, and he starts to hear them.
So we end it now? Or?
You know, I was just thinking. I'm like, we spend like 40 minutes talking about all this, and I'm like, if Andrew Tate was here, we would have called us a bunch of fucking dorks. Oh man.
Hey,
but
people,
it's all good. It's all good.
If people love D&D, they got a lot of content right now.
Yeah.
I was gonna say we could have paused it at 1 hour and then like start a second one,
like an ad break.
Yeah, well, not ad break.
Oh,
but just like
you mean like?
Oh, do you want to do you want to keep going? Do you want to pause?
Well, if we're gonna stop it, we should probably have an outro. Like, hey, we're gonna stop it.
I also think we shouldn't talk about stopping it in mid thing. So I think we should keep going until like hour 2.
Or
yeah,
we'll stop it at 45.
Well,
is there any mini topics somebody want to throw?
I have a mini topic. I guess in a way you guys could have incorporated this into your thing. Also, I love how you put -1 for my charisma, and I'm like that is absolutely accurate.
That's actually just because I didn't touch it, so I automatically gave you a -1.
Oh, I just thought it was accurate. Which I was like, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, my second topic that I wanted to bring up today was
we didn't even get through everything.
Yeah, we didn't get through everything. And my third one was serious too, because it's something that's in right now, I guess. But My second topic was I don't know how to formulate the question per se, but like
You know what? Just come tomorrow. We'll do a 2-for-1. We'll just post 2 episodes.
a fucking back-to-back special. What I was gonna say is how like autism gives me certain immunities to certain social influences.
I love the immediate looks at me of Chris. What the fuck is he talking about?
In essence, my second topic is my autistic superpowers of just being immune to social influences, or most of the social influences.
Because I assume you, since you've known him for longer than I have, that you know what he's talking about.
No, okay. See, so oh yeah, you weren't there for this, John, but I was explaining to Chris and I guess to everybody else at the place was that like women don't. Hold on. This is not going down south. I'm just saying, women don't have any hold over me in the sense of like I cannot be easily seduced. So
Hell yeah!
I was telling Chris and everybody else that if I were a cop and some chick, like I pulled over some chick and that chick was like, "Oh, officer, like won't you let me off with like a warning?" And then she like flashes me or something, or she's like showing a little too much cleavage. I would not cave in at all. If anything, I would just start making fun of her, and I would just give her, I would let her off with a warning, because I would be like, "Wow, bro, you're so pathetic. All because of a ticket. You're willing to sell your entire body. You know what? Get out of here. Go reflect on what you just did, bro. You should be ashamed. I hope that in your car ride home, you think about your life decisions up to this point and know that I had to give you this wake-up call. You're gonna call me daddy for a totally different reason, because it's not sexual. It's that I gave you a life lesson. I had to say,
parental.
I had to step in as your father figure for one moment and say, "What are you doing with your life, man? I taught you better than this. Go home. Don't do it again." You know, I would completely circumnavigate the attempts at seduction, and I would instead be a man of character and moral righteousness.
You'd be very professional.
Exactly. Not only professional, but I would roast her. And on my body cam too. So that
That's on the body cam.
and on the body cam. So
Would you download the recording?
Yeah, like if ever they're like, "Oh, you know, like, hey, you got a complaint," pull up the body cam. Do it. I dare you. You're just gonna get roasted in a courtroom, and everybody's gonna laugh.
I can fuck with that. That's a hard line.
I'm just saying, I would not be easily seduced.
John,
Not unless
do
if
you
I
feel like you're easily seduced.
I'm gonna say no.
No.
Okay. Alright.
I know Chris would not be easily seduced.
Yeah, I'm really not.
This man has the willpower of a god. I'm not going to get into specifics, ladies and gentlemen, but there have been instances where Chris has been in the jaws of defeat, but he mustered all his willpower and said, "Nay, I will not fall victim to this predatory action," and has slain the metaphorical beast of temptation.
I think what's funny is anyone that's heard this story that's listening to this episode is gonna be like, I know exactly what the fuck he's talking about.
What's the topic again?
of just
not being seduced.
Of not being easily seduced more. And if we're going back to like the original topic, it's about how autism gives me powers.
Yes.
That allow me to be immune to certain social pressures, such as seduction. Now, it's a bit of a double-edged sword because I don't understand flirtation, so I let a lot of, like, you know, the ones that got away get away, so to speak.
He also doesn't feel social bounds because you, like how you leave parties whenever you want.
Yeah. I also don't believe in, like, social obligations, such as saying goodbye or hello.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, if I want to say hello, then I'll say hello. Otherwise, I don't.
You know, you're alive, man. You're only alive for so long to worry about the like insignificant things like that. It's just, you know, you don't need to. It's pointless.
You're right.
You're gonna see those people like the next day and the day after that.
That's what I'm saying, man.
If you have people that are going to like haggle you or like harass you because you don't say hi to them or you didn't say goodbye, then you know,
Yeah.
you don't need that. You don't need to worry about that stuff.
Right. That's their problem. They can kick rocks, you know.
They can kick rocks.
Like I participate in the social process, I guess you could say, but I don't like it. I understand that it makes me seem like a psychopath or a sociopath, but I'm not.
To
like,
the individuals that
Yeah,
partake.
to the individuals that are on the receiving end of my autistic nature.
As one is.
Have you ever heard there's like comments or conversations that like women will have to men of like your friend didn't say goodbye to you when he left, or like you missed his birthday yesterday, or that like you didn't like call him, or you don't know these things about them. It's like, do you not like him? And it's like, no, like we're super close, like he's like my best friend. Then why don't you do these like mandatory societal like traditions? And it's like, because we do not need to. I know he means well, and he does not need to prove to me every single day that he does mean well, that we're good or close to each other.
That's right. It's like how men are capable of communicating with nods.
Do you want to do an ET phone home? What is that? You pointed at me.
Like the Adam with God, like just like the, and they're like tip to tip. Like of their fingers.
Huh?
Of their fingers. Like it's the tip of their fingers touching, and God's in the sky, and like Adam's like, I don't know, laying down in the pasture, but
I think I know what you're talking about.
I forgot what it's called. Anyways, yeah, that was just like my second topic that I wanted to bring up. The third one would have been like a complete like left turn.
I'm telling you, you know what? We're just gonna give the people a bonus episode tomorrow, because we should probably.
Yeah, I'll save my topic for tomorrow.
I got two more.
Yeah, you guys are gonna get a 2-for-1 special.
I also have two more.
I see. You just come a bit earlier before D&D. That's it. We throw another episode. We give everybody a 2-for-1 special.
I gotta get a haircut tomorrow because I look like a second world child.
But also, I'm saying because it's 4, and we
Oh.
And we need to. You see, ladies and gentlemen, you guys don't know this, but we have a date planned with each other.
One woman. Oh, never
Or
mind.
also one woman. Which,
do we?
well, I mean, do we?
It's an open thing. We're all thinking about taking turns every 2 days.
Yeah. Just so like we can refresh.
Yeah.
Every 2 days.
Well, she has a different personalities, so we're interacting with that different personality each day.
So we're each dating
So, like,
one of her.
It's
Yeah.
like a shapeshifter.
Hold on, we can't go into another topic.
Okay.
I was like, hold on.
It's because we found out that we're compatible with her, but only with different personalities of her, and it changes every other day.
Like a
This is
werewolf?
why you're doing the intro tomorrow.
Yeah, like a werewolf.
Would that
Like a werewolf? What?
Is
Yeah,
intro also outro? Like, does Vlad lead us out right now?
Oh yeah. Sorry. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this has been Socially Unsociable with your hosts, Christopherson, Johanathan, and me. You know my name. Don't worry about it. Yeah, we don't got to get into specifics. I'm still debating whether we're gonna bleep out my name or not. But I hope you enjoyed listening to us rambling about miscellaneous potpourri, mainly D&D and or Star Wars. If you're not into either one of those, well, tomorrow's going to be a bit of a kick, I guess you could say, because we're going to be talking about such topics such as, well, I don't know the other topics for my co-hosts. In any case, my topic is going to involve sexual predators.
What?
Sorry, more specifically, a recent documentary that came out in regards to certain sexual predators.
This man giving them a next time on.
Next time on Socially Unsociable, we're going to be talking about sexual predators, more specifically, I guess you could say pedophiles or eubophiles, plebophiles. There's different types of underage sexual predators. Anyways, I'm rambling a little bit too much. Hopefully, most of this will be cut off. And
No, keep going.
You got to keep all of it in there.
anyways, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, see you next time.